and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and happy St. Patrick's Day for those of you who are celebrating. You know, there's that saying that everybody is a little bit Irish on St. Patrick's Day, so I figured I would bring out the green. Green is actually one of my favorite shades, so today is going to be a full face of brand new makeup. There's a lot to get through. There's a lot of things that have been released that I just haven't even gotten a chance to try out yet. So we're going to mix up a whole bunch of things today. We've got Clos de Peau, we have Suku, we have Guerlain, we have Isom, we have, just looking around me, we have Dries Van Noten, I feel like Danessa Myricks. So if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. Hey everybody, so as I said, today is going to be a full face of new makeup. I will be using green in the look because, again, St. Patrick's Day. But there are a number of things that I haven't had a chance to get to use yet. And I have been trying to intersperse videos with things that I already have and new releases so you can see them. Today is going to be the Clos de Peau, or I think is it Clos de Peau? Let's check. Okay, I can't say it like the phone says it, so just one sec.
Clos de Peau. Clos de Peau.
That. The translation is key to skin. I'm sure the actual translation is more beautiful than that, but the Google translation is key to skin. So I'm gonna do my best.
Clos de Peau.
Clos de Peau. That's the best I can do. This is the new Radiant Cream Foundation. I actually have it in 2 shades because my, quote, normal shade, B20, is now too deep for me. So now I think I'm B10. I'm gonna keep the B20 because I'm pretty sure when I go back out into the world again, which is started, my skin will I will actually be less pale. We'll see, who knows. But I'll have both because I've been wearing B20 for years, so I would assume that I will again wear B20 sometime in the future. I picked up the new concealer. This is a reformulated. I used to have the Clos de Peau years and years ago. It was one of my favorite concealers, so I'm very excited to be using this again. So I will be trying that out today, so I'm excited about that. And then I have 2 primers. I have the Brightening Enhancer Veil Primer with an SPF of 23, and then I have the Long Lasting Hydrating Primer, which I don't have in its, I don't have it taken out of the packaging yet, so hold on. All right, so let's see. These are the 2 primers. This is the Brightening Enhancer Primer, and this is the Long Lasting Hydrating Veil. So those are the two new primers. And let's see if we can figure out the difference really quickly here. Okay. Active ingredients, purpose, they both have sunscreen in them. Both SPF of 23. Oh no, actually, that's not true. The brightening has 32. The long lasting has 21. Okay, so the brightening enhancer veil has more of an SPF. So if you're gonna do like photography outside where people are gonna do flashes, don't use the brightening one because you'll get more flashback with that. Just looking to see if there's like a description. I could look on the site, but I'm gonna guess if one says long lasting hydration and one says brightening, let's go with the long lasting hydration first. Let's try that today. Let's shake them up. They're small bottles. They're 1 fluid ounce, both of them. Like I said, this one, the Long Lasting Hydrating Veil, we're gonna use that one. But I'll show you on the back of my hand, both of them, so you can see the difference. All right, this is the Long Lasting Hydration, this is the Brightening. The Brightening does have like a pink and a sheen to it. And the moisturizing one does feel more moisturizing. Shocking. All right, so let's try this on the face. Do not be alarmed that my face gets bright red. It always does. Just does. Anytime I do a primer or anything like that, my face gets red for a little bit. So let's just wait a moment or two because I want to give it a chance to soak in. These do have a scent, at least this one does. I think it's that like rose scent that Clé de Peau has. Okay, the Brightening Enhancer Veil, which we did not use today, that has more pink. It's a brightening primer, enhances clarity and luminosity. The one we are using today is the long-lasting hydrating veil, which primes and maintains skin's optimal moisture balance. Probably better for me, but I think both of them will work. We'll try them out and I'll do updates on all of them. Okay, so this is the Radiance Foundation. New Radiant Cream Foundation. Radiant coverage with a silky, dewy finish. It's got an SPF of 25. And how many shades? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 24 shades. Not terrible. Not great either. All right, so let's try the B20. Let me show it to you on my chin here. This is what I used to wear. And I think you can see it's just a little too deep. Not a lot, just a little. It's just so odd because that was my shade, guys. I don't know how I got so much paler, but I obviously did. And this is B10, which is definitely my shade now. Here it is on my hand, B20, B10. Like I said, I have gotten much, much paler. It is what it is. But I am going to keep the B20 because I feel like, you know, if I get tan or my version of tan, that should work out quite well. Okay, so this is the B10. The shade name is, what is the shade name? Light beige. So the B's are like a beige shade, like a beige rose kind of shade. There's O's, which I think are ochre, I'm not sure. And then I's, which are the neutral ones, maybe. I could be totally wrong. I'm gonna stay away from my eye area because I'm gonna use the new concealer so you guys can see how that works. But yeah, I've been using Clé de Peau for a long time. It was the first brand that I really invested in their skincare. I bought like the entire line of Clé de Peau or Clé de Peau. I'll have to get the translator out again to get it right. But I literally bought like the entire line of skincare, from cleanser to serums to moisturizers, eye makeup remover. It's still my favorite oil-based eye makeup remover on the market. And in fact, it's the only one that doesn't like irritate my skin when I need something to remove like a waterproof mascara or the Rare Beauty mascara. The Rare Beauty mascara is good, but it does not come off with my Kojando, which is a problem. But if I need it, Clé de Peau is still the one that I absolutely love. It's a great foundation. I mean, it's a great eye makeup remover. And I still like the Clé de Peau brand of skincare. In fact, I just purchased, and I will do something about this soon, their new serum, their new brightening serum. I had a brightening serum that I was trying out, and for whatever reason, my skin just does not react well to it. Again, I'm gonna have a skincare video soon, and I'll talk about it, but I really can't use it, unfortunately, because it's a good product, it's just my skin is too sensitive for some reason. Anyway, so that is the right color match. I am now B10. Any of you that are a color match for me, B10 in Clé de Peau. Definitely the way to go. And it looks really nice. I have not used this foundation before. I don't have, you know, the other formulation. This will be a first time for me. It looks really nice. It doesn't pill. It's medium coverage. It definitely covers up all the rosacea, but it leaves a really nice finish, a very radiant finish. It doesn't look at all cakey. It's not accentuating any lines. It feels very nice. I will try it without primer, with the other primer. I'm gonna do lots of different tests on it, but I wanted you to see first that the B10 is the right match and the foundation actually looks really nice. If you're looking for something with a little more coverage, I think this is a good way to go. One of my favorite foundations of all time is the Clé de Peau. The foundation, it's like in a jar, it's super thick and it's super moisturizing. And honestly, right now, I don't know if I could actually use it because my skin has gotten oilier. I don't know, I haven't used it in a while. But for any of you that are super dry, that foundation is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so that is the foundation, that is the primer that we're trying out, and we're gonna try out the concealer. So this is in shade 1, lightest shade. It's a stick concealer as I showed you. I like to use my fingers because I feel like it warms up the product. And I'm just gonna put a little bit in the corner here, my eye. It's the right shade, definitely. No lines, doesn't bunch up. That looks quite nice. Gonna use a little bit of it here because I have a little bit of redness in this area. When I was born, I had a birthmark right there. And to this day, that area gets a little red sometimes. It's interesting, I'm not exactly sure why, but it does, so. Well, that is a lovely finish. Like I said, it's medium coverage, covered up any imperfections, looks really nice on the skin, feels phenomenally good. Wow, very nice. Okay, so that is the Clé de Peau Long Lasting Hydrating Veil Primer and the Clé de Peau Radiant Cream Foundation in B10, because that is my new shade. All right, so I have the Guerlain Meteorites Miniature Travel Touch Set. This was on Selfridges. And in here, it says it's the Traveler's exclusive. In here are 2 illuminating powders, Mythic and Golden Shimmer. They come in these tiny, adorable, cute little things. And I bought them actually because I am gonna be going back to travel. So I thought actually this would be perfect. So you can see there's a little jar like this, and then on the top, there's this little puff. In the puff, you see there's little holes. The bottom. So I'm gonna assume, yep, there's this little plastic cap. Take the little plastic cap off, screw this back on, and then hopefully this works. This shade is Mythic, right? Yeah, this is the Mythic one. Let's see if this works. Yeah, comes through the top of it. See that? There we go. All right, now it looks like a light pink. It's got that smell. It's got the violet. I love that smell. I need to get a violet perfume. If anyone out there knows of a good violet perfume that I should buy, let me know, because I should get it. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it just comes through the puff. And I think you can see it. It's very light. Smells phenomenally good. Wow, okay. I'm just checking to make sure that that's the right way to do it. It seems to make sense, because yeah, it comes through the top part of it. Okay, I'm just making sure. And that's how it looks. And then you have the cap. And then you can put the plastic top back on to keep it from coming through. And then the other one is, I think, Golden Shimmer. And just, yeah, comes right through the top, and you can see the shimmer. It's very, very light. I think you can see the reflection. Little golden particles. Micro glitters in the golden shimmer. In the other one, it's just a very light, pinky, illuminating powder, but it's very pretty. And it's the smell is, now if you don't like fragrance, you're gonna not like these. In fact, all the Guerlains, the Meteorites, are like that. They have this violet scent, so if you don't like violets, or if you don't like scents just in general, don't pick that up. Next, we're gonna use Suku blush, and this is in the melting blushes. I picked up a bunch of them when it came out, but then I picked up some more. This is 03, and this one's 07, I think. Yeah, 07 and 03. So let's just try it on the back of my hand so you can see the shades. This is 03, and this is 07. 07 is definitely deeper. 03 is more of a warm peachy, and this one is like a little bit, it's a similar shade but much deeper, almost like a coral. I can still smell the violet. It's not bad, it's just bad. All right, so I'm gonna use the Chikuhodo. This is a KZO2 cheek brush. I'm gonna go into the deepest shade first, and it's gonna be a little deep for me. I chose it because I can almost use it a little bit, not really, but as like bronzer, because it's got this like a coral kind of, like a deep red kind of shade. So I can actually, when I want something that's like a deeper blush, I thought it would work, and it does. But I can also use it on the high points of my face, almost like a bronzer. I don't suggest doing that like for everybody, but because I'm pale and my skin has this reddish tone to it, it actually looks quite natural. It doesn't look that unusual on me because I'm not a person who tans. So if you tried this on somebody who had like a golden undertone, I don't think that would quite work. All right, then I'm gonna take the 03 and we'll go in as more just like blush. These melting blushes, by the way, by Suku, are really beautiful. All the shades are gorgeous. They all blend just stunningly. They are very similar, in my opinion, to the Chanel blushes of old. I hope they come out with lots and lots and lots of shades because they blend beautifully into the skin, and they look good on. I don't see how it wouldn't work on any type of skin type. Even when my skin has had like its bad days recently, this has looked just really good. So very impressed with all the Suku blushes. I now have shades 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. I think that's right. I'm not absolutely sure about that. But anyway, I have a lot of the shades, so I'm very impressed. Okay, so we're gonna use the Danessa Myricks Twin Flames. This shade, what is the shade? That's a good question. Is it Sweetheart? No. Oh, right, it is Sweetheart. Good for me. And it's this gorgeous green kind of shade. But before we put it on, and I'm gonna show it to you on the back of my hand, it's a great shifting green. See that? I love it. I love it. So it's a great shifting green, but I'm going to use a shade first to put down as almost like a transition. This is a Dior single shade. The shade name is Cashmere, and it's a matte shade. These single shades from Dior are excellent if you're looking for just a single shade, something that you can use as like a one and done. These are the kinds of things that are great. I'm gonna use Rose and Ben. This is E29 brush, and we're just gonna use that basically all over the lid and into the transition. You'll see very quickly when I pull out the Danessa Myricks Twin Flames that you do not need a shadow underneath. You don't need anything other than the Twin Flames. However, I like the sort of dimensional look by putting a powder or something down and then putting this over it. Okay, so this is the Danessa Myricks in, I've already forgotten the name, Sweetheart. You do not need a lot of this product, just so you know. I'm just gonna put like a little bit on the lid here, and I'm gonna rub it in. I'm gonna use a brush. You don't have to use a brush. You can use your finger to put this on. There's absolutely no reason not to do that. It's just that I feel like I want a little bit more control, so I'm using a brush. Okay, and put that down. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then I'm gonna build it up a little bit to make it look shinier, and I'll explain what I mean by that in just 1 second. Okay, so it's on the lid. These products by Danessa Myricks. If you haven't used them before, the Twin Flames, which is the little wand, looks like this, or the ones that come in the squeeze bottle, when you put them on your eye, they actually are quite shiny. If you get like these Twin Flame ones, or if in the squeeze bottle you get a shimmery one, they have matte ones as well. You can get a super shiny look, like super, it's just incredibly easy. You just put this like this on the eye and you use the applicator and basically put it on the eye. The thing is, if you have hooded eyes, you don't let it dry, is going to transfer onto your upper lid. That's the first thing. The second thing is they dry quickly, not super quickly, but quickly. So you want to make sure that you get it where you want it to be. And what I do is I'm not super careful with it outside of the eye because I feel like I can always clean that up later. But I am careful where I put it on the lid itself, because once it's dry, it's going to be really hard for me to go back in and remove it without ruining the powder I have underneath. So that's why I'm being more careful. If I was just putting it on by itself, I wouldn't care at all, because I would just go in with a Q-tip or a brush afterwards and fix anything that I had, done and like. So I'm just gonna let that dry. And I can tell you right now, guys, this stuff is amazing. Like, if you want something that's gonna last all day, this will last. So if you're going out for this weekend for St. Patrick's Day and you want something that is gonna last through like the entire night, so we'll just let that dry on the eye. While it's drying on the eye, I am gonna show you that I'm gonna use the Esam mascara again. I really like this mascara. I think it's really good. I have noticed that if I build it up a little too much, that I get some flaking. So I'm gonna try to build it up a little less this time than I did last time to see if it flakes less. Of Chanel, let's pull out Avert Emerald. This is one of their waterproof liners. Yeah, that's a perfect match for this. If you're not familiar with the Chanel liners, where have you been? No, these are great liners. They will last also throughout the day, throughout the night, whatever you need. They're really amazing. This shade's one of my favorites of the ones that came out because it's green, and I'm a sucker for green. All right, so that's what the shade looks like, and I think you can see that it shifts. But this is a shade that honestly, I love it in and of itself just for the fact that it's green, and I think it's beautiful. But for St. Patrick's Day this weekend, if you guys are, going out or doing something, this is like the perfect green to wear, because it's not like a Kelly green. It's not bright green like my shirt. It has, like a deeper color to it. So I think it's gonna look great on a lot of people, and it's definitely pigmented, so you don't have to worry about that, and it's not coming off. The sucker, it comes off easily with the Kojando, but you do have to like take it off. It's not gonna just wear off on your eyes because it stays. All right, so I'm gonna put the mascara on. I'm not gonna make you sit through me putting the mascara on, but I'm gonna put the mascara on, and then I'm gonna talk about the Dries Van Noten lipsticks. I just did one coat, and like 1.5. I think you can see the mascara is volumizing and lengthening, and you don't need a lot of coats to do it. I think you can build it. It's just that I noticed that when I built it too much, like the first time I tried it, I did like 2.5, 3 coats. I think for me, it flaked a little bit. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough that I noticed it. So this time I just put on 1 coat, and honestly, it's just as volumizing and lengthening, and so I don't need to do that. So anyway, yeah, still liking the mascara. So last but definitely not least is the Dries Van Noten. Dries Van Noten, and I'm butchering the name, it's the best I can do, is a Belgian designer. Really interesting designer. If you're not familiar with his work, I believe he started it with a partner, and I can't remember who it is right now. But anyway, designs are, I'm trying to look for like the best word. They're contemporary. The bag that it comes in just sort of summarizes the kind of aesthetic that Dries Van Noten has. I really like the designs and the clothes and the jewelry. I have like one shirt. They're expensive. They're definitely up in the, you know, the luxury realm. But the makeup, although expensive, is not nearly as expensive as, you know, the clothing. So, like, I've seen a lot of Dries Van Noten at, like, Saks and Neiman's and Bergdorf's and that kind of thing. So the colors are contemporary. There's a lot of, you know, very, like, clear lines, but bright colors, contrasting colors, and you see that in the makeup. Not only do you have, you know, the bag that it comes in, which is very cool, but the cases. So the cases, basically, they're refillable lipsticks. There's all different kinds of shades of lipstick. And the shades, I believe, are satin. I'm trying to remember, I'm just looking here. Satin, matte, balms, and sheer. So there's 4 different types of finish. I picked up satins because that's just how that's how I roll. And then there are 4 cases at the moment. I bought 3 of the cases, and I can tell you right now, I might as well just buy the 4th case because these are all interchangeable. So let me explain. I can still smell the violet. It's just so funny. Guerlain is like stronger than any other. Anyway, so the cases come with this little dowel in the middle, and so you have the top and the bottom of the case. So it comes like that, so you can see. So here's one that comes together. This is how it comes together, with this sort of blue floral pattern kind of thing, and then this orange at the top, right? And then this one has like black faux leather and orange at the top. And then this one is this malachite green with this red and black python at the top. And then the other one that I didn't pick up has like a lime green and a black and white top. But the thing is, because these are all interchangeable, there is no reason that you can't just put another top on whichever one you like. So, you know, you can make them all different. So that's the thing. Like, you can literally change these in any way you see fit. You decide how that works, and you can put them together. So this case here, okay, so each piece of this, I'm just taking them all apart so you can see what I'm talking about. Each piece has like an inside part that you can see that will allow you to put the lipstick in it. And you can tell which one is the bottom and which one is the top. I don't know if you're gonna be able to pick this up on the camera, but there's like a little circle in there, and in that is another little circle. So that's what the bottom of the lipstick refill goes into. You can hear it, like there's like a click. And then the top fits on top. So you can see when you look inside that it's the bottom because it has a circle within a circle. If it doesn't have that, then it's the top of it. I know it sounds confusing, but honestly, it makes sense when you look at these. So these are the 3, like I said, these are the 3 cases. I didn't pick up one case, but they have these beautiful different tops and bottoms, and they are very contemporary, and if you want to use the word, kind of eccentric in the way that the colors are like contrary, because these are contrasting colors, certainly not complementary ones. I picked up 3 shades of lipstick. There's a ton of different lipsticks to pick up, like I said, satin, matte, sheer, and balms, and honestly, there are so many shades. I literally was just like, oh, okay, you know, I don't know what to choose. And it was a little hard to choose, actually, because when you look at the shades, like, it's kind of hard to tell online, you know? So I think we have, let's see, 3, 6, 9, I think we have 30 shades of lipstick. I think it's 30. There's pinks, there's browns, there's purples, there's really deep shades, there's really light shades. Like I said, I did my best to pick out ones that I thought would work for me based on what I could see, but it's not that easy. So Let me show you the Ottoman Brown. Oh, another thing to mention, the refills, when they come in little, brown little containers that look kind of like this. And the shade name is on the side of the refill. So that's how you're gonna know what it is. You're not gonna be able to know what it is based on the case, because there's nothing on the case since these are refillable. All right, so let's look at this first one. This one is Ottoman Brown. It's number 90. Like I said, these are satins. And I think you can tell it's not really brown. It's got like a, I'd say rosewood brown. It's a deep, almost cool rosewood brown. It's a really pretty shade, and I think this is going to actually work really well for me, but I think you can also tell it's very, very opaque. So these are going to have a lot of coverage. How long lasting they are, we're going to find out, because I'm not absolutely sure about that just yet. This one is Stanley Orange. When you look at it, you'll see, I don't really think it's that orange. I think it's a brick kind of shade, like almost a brick red kind of shade. It's really pretty. And then the last one I got was Romantic Nude, and I think, we'll see, I think this one is like, and I swatched these, I did like an Instagram thing, I think this is like a pinky beige. But I'd say these two are similar in tone, but this one's obviously much lighter, and this is a deeper shade, and this one is a warmer, and it does say orange, so I was like, okay. But I don't see it really as orange, I see it as like brick. I mean, we'll see what it looks like on the lips. So for today's look, I think we do the orangey shade, because I think that was probably what will look best. Who knows? But anyway, so I'll be trying these out as we go. Like, you'll be seeing them in the videos, and we'll see how they look. I do want to pick up more shades because I really think these lipsticks are excellent. I wish I could see them in person so I could have a better idea of what they look like. But, you know, I don't know if they're available anywhere. I haven't seen them anywhere in person. If anyone knows of anywhere to get them in person, let me know. These feel great on the lips. Like, beautiful. Really nice. Okay, they feel phenomenal. This feels phenomenally good. And I like the shade, but you see what I mean? I don't really think it's orange. I think it's like an orange red, like a brick. I'm glad I picked it. I mean, it's a good shade for me. The other shades are definitely cooler. So maybe I'll just order like 1 or 2 more shades and see if I can find, just keep the covers that I have. Maybe like buy 1 cover, 1 case, and like 2 more shades. Because I'd love to try a sheer and maybe like a satin, another satin. But this feels phenomenally good. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the pricing. All right, so the refillable lipstick, if you buy the case and the lipstick, it's 69 pounds and there are 29 shades. The refills are 35 pounds and all the different shades, regardless of if it's balm, sheer, matte, or satin. Okay, so you can buy, I see. So you can buy, yeah, you can buy it together for 69. You can buy the refill only for 35 pounds. I'm trying to figure out how much it is for the case only. I'll figure it out. I'll put it down below because that I'm not sure of. So if you buy the case and the lipstick together, it's 69 pounds. At least that's what it says here. I think that's what it is. The shades are super creamy, very comfortable, and opaque. Like, this is an opaque shade. Like, there's a lot of coverage here. I don't know what the sheers are like. I don't know what the balm is like. And I don't know what the mattes are like. I just got the sheers. When you look at the shades online though, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's really hard to figure out, like the Romantic Nude satin that I picked up. If you look at it online, it doesn't it doesn't really do it justice. Like, it kind of looks like the shade that it is, but not really. So I'm gonna kind of gauge it based on what ended up coming, you know, versus what I saw online, and try to pick a more nude shade that is a little bit warmer, because now that I have a cooler one. But yeah, I think they're beautiful lipsticks. The cases are phenomenally unique and beautiful. You've got the, you know, the token part at the top. They're heavy. They click into place. They're really, really beautifully done. Not a shock for Dries Van Noten. Go ahead and like take a look at his website, at the Dries Van Noten website. The designs are gorgeous, and like I said, very, very unique, and very contemporary. Not necessarily like although I like the designs from Dries Van Noten, they don't necessarily look great on me because I'm short, and so like some of them are just a little bit too much for my aesthetic, for me, in my opinion. But I've always liked them. I've always been like, wow, it's a really amazing design. It's really creative. So I'm not shocked that they would come up with these really unique cases. But the lipsticks are really good too. So that's a huge plus. Okay, so final thoughts. First of all, we have a lovely green shade. I think you can see now that it's completely dry. It's not going anywhere no matter what I do to it. And that can be good and it can be bad, because once it's down, you can't get it off. So I would say if you're working to, you know, try to do something very like neat, and make sure you just use a brush. If you don't really care, then use your finger and it will be fine. But once it's dried down, you're not going to be able to smudge it around like a powder. It just does not work that way. But neither do any of the creams that dry down. That's the whole point of them. They just stay on your eye. But this shade, I just think, is like the best shade. Anyone who loves green, doesn't have to be St. Patrick's Day, and it kind of shifts to this gorgeous like gold. Anyway, I'm obsessed with these new Twin Flames from Danessa Myricks, and I'm gonna pick up. I have a bunch in my cart for the Sephora set. So okay, so let's talk final thoughts about everything. The hydrating veil. I don't know if it made the foundation better or worse yet, because I haven't used the foundation without it on camera. I have used the foundation without it, and I loved the foundation by itself. But I will want to see it on camera to see, you know, the difference. It feels great. It feels very comfortable. I think it looks beautiful. It's not breaking up. It's not settling into lines. It has a gorgeous finish. And if you like that, it has a little bit more coverage, I think this is a great way to go. Clé de Peau has fantastic products, and I would highly recommend them. For people who have drier skin, more mature skin, I think this Radiant Foundation is, I mean, I'm going to keep wearing it, but my initial thoughts are it's an A foundation. It's absolutely phenomenally good. I haven't tried the other primer, so I'll keep trying that with, you know, so you can see the differences, and I'll be posting about that in the future. The concealer is excellent. It concealed everything that I needed to. It's not in lines. It's not looking weird. It's not making this area look drier, which is usually the problem with concealer. So that's excellent. And it concealed up in here where I felt like there was a little bit of redness. The foundation has a scent. The primer has a scent. The concealer, I don't think has a scent. I didn't smell it, but the concealer did. The Danessa Myricks Twin Flames has a scent, but it's like a chemical almost scent, and it dissipates the minute you put it on your eye. The lipsticks have a scent. The Dior Matte Shadow, I don't think that has a scent. I don't smell anything. The mascara doesn't have a scent. The Guerlain powder, these little travel powders, which I actually love, and I'm really excited. I'll be honest, I like the Mythic one more than I like the Golden Shimmer, because the Golden Shimmer is just kind of like little micro, why can't I think? Micro glitters. Whereas the Mythic is just more of an illuminating powder, so the Mythic is more my thing. But they have a strong scent. They have that violet scent. I can still smell it. It's been like an hour. I can still smell it. So stay away from it if you don't like that. But I think it did a beautiful job of giving that gorgeous highlight there. And I think the Mythic you could put all over your face. I wouldn't put the the golden shimmer all over your face because it's micro glitters. Unless you want that, of course, then, you know, go for it. But, and the Suku blushes, guys, the Suku melting blushes are awesome. I don't know what else to say. They're the closest thing that I have found to the old Chanel blushes. And I am going to be doing some dupe videos coming up. I haven't had time. Work has been crazy, but I am trying to find shades that match old shades in Chanel. And I have to say though, the Suku blushes, they really are an excellent, excellent formula. They blend right in. They are pigmented. You can build them. They do last. They're really, really good. So I think that's it. That's a lot. I have no idea how long this has been. If it's going to be a long video, I'll make sure there are breaks in it. Oh, I do know one thing I want to mention. Billie Eilish, the perfume. I mentioned if you guys were interested in me picking it up, and everyone was kind of like, no, not really. One of my friends was actually getting rid of it. Didn't want it for, not because she didn't like it, but different reasons. And so I picked it up, and actually what I will tell you all is that for the price point, because it's a much less expensive perfume than a lot of my perfumes, it's actually really good. If you like vanilla, if you are a vanilla person, you're gonna love it. It's just a straight, in my opinion, straight vanilla. There's not a lot of nuance to it. It's not incredibly complicated. It's a warm vanilla. It doesn't last that long because, again, this is a less expensive fragrance. It's not like, you know, some of my fragrances that I don't even want to get into what they cost. But I do really like it, and I have been wearing it. And the bottle's kind of cool. But it's like a straight warm vanilla. So if you're a gourmand person, you like straight vanilla, this is it. And it's reasonably, in my opinion, reasonably priced. It makes a great base for other vanilla perfumes or gourmand perfumes because it has that base to it. Yeah, and it's really nice. The only thing I'd say is, like, it's not a complicated scent. It's, in my opinion, it's a less complicated vanilla scent, and it doesn't have a great amount of lasting power. I notice it fading, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. It starts to fade. That, you know, might be the perfect scent for you if you are somebody who's just looking for something really light, or you're in an office and you don't want to have a strong perfume, whatever. But I actually really like it, and I'm very happy to have it. And I've started layering it with other perfumes to see how it works. So I'll let you know. But yeah, the price point it's at, for me, I think it's right in line with what it should be. And I think it's very nice. And the bottle's cool. So. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate. Oh, and the mascara, Isom mascara. It's excellent mascara, guys. I really do like it. I think you can see it's lengthening, it's volumizing. Isom did a great job. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon. Happy St. Patrick's Day.